Welcome guys to another one of my videos. I'm Zone Longshot. Today I have an epic announcement. About a week ago I managed to get the 100% Master Challenge, which means I completed 100% of all challenges on multiplayer. Now I'm sure I'm not the first person to get this challenge. I have met others who have gotten it, and I'm sure there are other YouTube videos out there with it on. But I just want to reinforce the fact that this is no easy challenge. You have to dedicate yourself to getting that 100% from the day one. I decided after my first prestige to do a reset, which allowed me to get my Dark Ops challenge for a fresh start. Now I couldn't have done that right now when I finished all the challenges. You have to do that at the start, otherwise you would have completed all the challenges and then done a fresh start, gotten rid of all the challenges, and you have to do them again. So that's why you have to set out from the get-go, from day one, that you were going to do the 100%er. And that's what I did. I was always going to go it because I've completed all the challenges for Black Ops 2, and I wanted to do the same on Black Ops 3. Now obviously the Dark Ops challenges were the hardest out of all of them. However, there were a few different challenges here and there that were very challenging to me. So we're just going to go through the list of my final challenges that I got through. So we're going to start off with the Chain Killer. Obviously if you have seen my other video, you will have already known that I've gotten this. I did get it twice, however my first recording failed, so I had to try and do it again and record that. Luckily I did it the same day, so I'm pretty happy to have gotten that. Next up is the Nuked Out. Now this is, I wouldn't say it's the hardest challenge out of all of them. It is definitely up there in the top 3, I would say. But I cannot pinpoint which challenge was the hardest, but this was definitely one of them. You have to get a 30-0 on free-for-all, which is no easy task, believe me. But I managed to do it in the end, thank God, with my trusty VMP. And if you already seen my video, you will have already seen how that went down. And I also posted another video on how to get a Nuked Out if you guys want to find out how to do it. So next up we have HDXD's Trick Shot. Now for this challenge you have to have the Tomahawks equipped, or as they call it, the Combat Axe. I only call it Tomahawks because that's what they called it in Black Ops 1, and I have called it Tomahawks since then. But basically you have to use the Combat Axe and throw it at a HDXD. Now, believe me, this is not easy. I tried for ages to get this because no matter how times you throw it, it more than likely will go either a little bit high or to the right, to the left. If you get low, you might be able to get a bounce shot into it, but it is quite hard. And considering there are not actually that many people who use HDXDs, because they just only get 1 kill, maybe 2, but you only get generally 1, so people don't use it very much. That might surprise a lot of people. So next up is Ninja Diffusers. I left this one to last just because I didn't play much S&D after I finished my 50 games, and so I set out to have quite a few matches in a day where I would try and do some Ninja Diffusers. And this was my best by far, and it was absolutely amazing that they didn't see me and that I managed to get the defuse while 2 people were out. But not only that, but I had a teammate out. If he hadn't have died, I wouldn't have gotten the defuse and the challenge, because you need to be the only one alive on your team, and there needs to be more than 1 person alive on their team while defusing. And so finally, this was the challenge that was so annoying. It wasn't hard, it was just annoying. Mainly because of the fact that nobody uses Mothership. Nobody uses Mothership. You might find 1 or 2 people in a month that use a Mothership. But it is so hard to find someone. You need to have a friend who has the Mothership equipped, is good enough to get it, and is willing to do it for you, really. It's either that, or you try to find someone online who has a Mothership, or who's really good, who you think is really good and can achieve it, and just kindly asking them if they can get you a Mothership for your challenge. I asked a few people if they were willing to do it. They didn't quite get it, So I had to resort to my friends, so a big shout out to Statsman96. He managed to get me the Mothership, so that was absolutely amazing. and I finally finished all 100% of my challenges. So as you can see here, the calling card for the 100% that looks absolutely amazing. It looks beautiful, and I just love to flaunt it all over the place on pubs and arena, and it is absolutely amazing to have on. So I'm just going to go through all my challenges and just show you that I've completed them all, just to prove it all to everybody, and just to describe how hard it was to go through each category. So we're going to go into boot camp, and it's not as easy as you might think. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have finished it by now. It just takes time, I found. Killers, obviously they were extremely hard, but as long as you've got a nuked out and a chain killer, you're more than likely going to get all of them. Humiliation, again, that was a difficult one, I think, because you have to get a few trick shots sort of with grenades and different stuff, so it wasn't exactly easy. Career, just sort of went through the motions. I didn't even notice when I finished them, to be honest. Game victories, I set out to do these. I did. I went for 50 games of each to win. As soon as I did that, I never played some of the game modes again. Some game modes I did play again just because they were beneficial to me for certain challenges, but that was about it. Game heroics, that was a bit of an iffy one. It wasn't exactly easy, but it wasn't at all hard, I would say. The only one that took time consuming was Ninja Defusing. So now we're on to the Dark Ops, and here we go. These are just extremely hard in all ways. Every single one of these are extremely hard to get. So, Relentless, let's just say, wow, if you got a nuked out or a nuclear, you've gotten Relentless. That's just, you have gotten Relentless. It's the same for Brutal, and it's obviously nuclear. If you've got a nuked out, then you'll get the nuclear with it as well, so you get 2 in 1 if you just do nuked out. And then we've got Frenzy Killer. I mean, if you can get a kill chain, you can get Frenzy Killer pretty easy. It's only 5 kills in rapid succession. It's not actually that hard. And then you've got to go up to Super Killer, Mega Killer, and then Ultra Killer, which are all progressively a lot harder, especially the Ultra Killer. Actually, the Ultra Killer was a lot harder for me than it was to get kill chain, just in the fact that I needed to make sure it didn't go 1 too high. I needed to get Ultra Killer exact dead on, because you have to get these calling cards dead on for you to get them. You can't just get Nuclear and expect to get Relentless and Brutal at the same time. You have to get them individually. Then we obviously got Nuked Out. It is probably one of the hardest out there. Like I told you, it was in the top 3 out of all hardest challenges. Then we've got Obtained. Basically, you have to get Dark Matter. If you haven't seen my video, go check it out. It was the moment I got Dark Matter. I did all the diamond camos. I did that very early on, so I'm glad I got rid of them quite quickly and got that challenge out of the way. So then we got Trick Shot, as you saw it earlier in the video. It was one of the last challenges I managed to finish using a combat axe to destroy a HDXD. Dr. Lung is one of the first Dark Ops challenges I managed to complete, just on the basis that I was extremely lucky. I was on Metro, which is a horrible map, but it does have a water area, and I was just in it. I was in there a bit too long. I started drowning, and suddenly someone coming from in front of me, and I just shot him and I got it. So he must have been drowning as well, so I just got a bit lucky with that. I can't help you really in terms of telling you how to do it. You just got to get lucky, unless you've got a friend on the other team that was willing to do it and at the exact same time, but that I would consider boosting. Then we've got Calamity. Now, that was a hard one. That is also in, I would say, the top 5. I don't know exactly if it's going to be in the top 3 or not, but it's in the top 5 for definite. Just on the basis that it's so hard to get 6 people in the same area and kill them all with your specialist. I did this on Aquarium using the gravity spikes. On Safeguard, there's 2 points you can use it, either at the start when you're going to attack the robot, not escorting it, but attacking the robot. If you get to the corner quick enough at the very start, you can possibly kill all 6 as long as they're all walking it. But the other option is if you're escorting the robot and it's right at the end when everyone's spawning towards the robot and they're trying to stop it. That's probably your best chance if you're escorting it. So if you're using gravity spikes, Aquarium's probably the best place on Safeguard. It doesn't matter what team you're on, I think you've got chances on both sides. Then we've got Finish the Job. Now I'm sure a lot of you have actually got this just by luck, because you need everyone on your team to shoot the player and you need to finish him off. So it is purely down to luck that he managed to survive through everybody and then you kill him. So yeah, again, a bit more luck in terms of Dark Ops. And then finally we've got Fresh Start. Now, like I said earlier in the video, you have to do this from the get-go. If you don't do it from the get-go, you cannot get 100%. Because as you can see, if you get Fresh Start, you have to completely wipe everything on your profile in Black Ops 3, your combat record and all your challenges. So you have to do this before you start. Right, so we're going to Specialists now. So we're going to Specialist Weapons. That was, I think, my very first category that I completed. Just because it was so easy using all the weapons from all the specialists. It's not hard at all. Not hard at all. Then we go on to Specialist Abilities. This one was a bit harder just on the basis that you had Rejag and Glitch. They're not the easiest to get kills with. And then finally we've got the Killjoys. I guess it's not a hard one, but it isn't exactly easy because of Short Circuit, which is a challenge on the top right. You have to use EMP grenades and throw them at people using specialist abilities. Now, a lot of people confuse this with using any kind of specialist, but it has to be a specialist ability, not weapon ability. Right, so then we're going to score streaks. These are pretty self-explanatory to us because they're not exactly hard. Air Assault, though, was a bit of an annoyance for me. As I have told you, and it was my final challenge to complete, Support going right in the centre there was just impossible to get because nobody had his mothership out. Other than that, every other challenge went so very quickly. I mean, for me, it's not very hard to get motherships, wraps, or wraiths, so it's fairly easy for me to get that one. It's just the fact that I couldn't find anyone with a mothership. I couldn't finish Support Gunner. Ground Assault, again, you just gotta get kills with certain score streaks. As I said, it's very easy for me to get wraps. But you've got to get a GI unit in this as well, so I mean that's a tiny bit harder. It's up there with Mothership, but you just got to be able to get them consistently to be able to finish these challenges, really. And then we've got Support. Yet again, this is one of my first categories I completed. It's not hard, it really isn't. You just got to be able to get haters, really, and that's and EMPs, and that's pretty much it. Return Fire was a bit of an annoying one, just because you have to destroy EMPs. Nobody uses them that often. It's really hard to find a game where you'll see an EMP out there and be the one to destroy it as well, because other people don't really want to destroy it as well. So you need to be there first and have a rocket launcher ready at hand to destroy it. So then we go to Prestige. Alright, so we're going to start off with Combat Handling. This just takes a bit of time. You've got to use certain attachments, some of them good, some of them not. Mostly good, to be honest, because I mean you've got Ballistic CPU in there, you've got Quick Draw, you've got the ELO, you've got Extended Mag, you've got Stock, Dual Wield, which you can team up with pistols, doing pistols for Dark Matter, so there you go. Fast Mags, so they're all generally quite good. Some of them, one or two aren't that brilliant, but most of them are good. So we've got Combat Efficiency. Not any harder or any easier, to be honest. You got Suppressor, you got High Caliber, you got FMJ, you got Long Barrel, you got Laser Sight, and you got Rapid Fire. So they're not exactly hard at all, I don't think. It just takes a bit of time, like I said. Now we go to the 3 perk categories. I'm just going to do them all at once. Basically, it just takes time again. Most of the things in Prestige just takes time. They'll take forever, especially the lethals and tacticals, but I'll get to them in a second. The perks, you've got to be able to use the really rubbish perks that are out there. For example, I would say Flak Jacket is pretty hard to do just because of the challenge itself. Along with Afterburner, that's not one you'd normally use, I don't think. But you have to survive grenades for Flak Jacket, and you don't really want to go towards grenades just in case you die. So that's a bit of a hard one out of there. Then we've got perk 2. So the one that you probably won't use for this one is more than likely Tracker, maybe Anti-Up, I'm not sure. Some people might use Anti-Up. And then Hardwired, a few people use that. Most people use Cold Blooded, Fast Hands, and Scavenger, to be honest. I like to go towards Scavenger and Fast Hands a lot of the time. And then we go to perk 3. Got Gung Ho, Blast Suppressor, Awareness, Tactical Mask, Engineer, and Dead Silence. Now, I'd say quite a lot of people would use quite a few different perks from here. Awareness, Desires for S&D, Blast Suppression I use generally. I like to be a bit sneaky about it. Engineer, a few people like to use it. It's quite good for getting. It's quite good for going around the place knowing that you won't get attacked by trip mines because you know where they are. And also, if you manage to steal a care package, you can booby trap it, which again is another challenge. Just in this category, which is surprise package. That's a bit of annoying. That took me a while. I got towards the end just because I couldn't find many people with care packages that I could take and then booby trap and then kill someone with it. So there we go. Now we're on to the lethals. These are painstaking. They take forever. 300 kills for all lethals. So you got frags, you got Semtex, you got combat axe, you got C4, you got thermites, which is extremely annoying, and trip mines. Now trip mines you can pair up with shock charges in the tacticals, and C4s I would say are quite easy. Combat axes are quite easy as long as you can throw them at people quite well. You're not going to miss a lot of the time. I sometimes, when I'm doing combat axes, decide to throw them up in the air and get them across map. Gone it a few times. In fact, I will put a clip of a few of my times just at the end of the video if you want to check those out. But yeah, I would say these are just painstaking because of how many kills you got to get with each of them. So then we're on to tacticals. As I've said, you can use shock charges with trip mines just to equal out because you got to get kills with it. There is also another challenge for getting kills with shock charges and trip mines. So you doing like 3 challenges at once. You got EMP grenades, annoying, very annoying. Concussion grenades, flash grenades, smoke grenades, and trophy system. Now the concussion grenades and flash grenades are extremely annoying because you got to get kills when you throw them. So obviously you want to use tactical mask really to help you in this. Smoke grenade, you just have to get kills through the smoke, which isn't very hard, especially if you're using a sniper with thermal, or even an LMG with thermal. Trophy system, I would just say go on to hardpoint or another game mode where they're going to throw a lot of projectiles. And then wildcard, not too hard to manage. You've got to be able to use different perks together and use the wildcards. It just takes time, and you should complete them quite easily. I didn't have any problems with these, really. So there you have it, guys. Those are all my challenges completed. I'm not sure what I'm going to aim for next. I may just take it easy on the Call of Duty, just ready for Infinite Warfare. Maybe play a bit of COD 4, maybe a bit of Advanced Warfare, just to get me into the mood of playing different Call of Duty types, so I'm prepared when it does come out. That's it for me today, and I hope you enjoy the Tomahawk throws that I will put after this. I hope to see you guys next time. Please comment on my videos if you enjoyed it, give me any opinions. That if you've got 100% as well, please put a comment in there as well. Please share this video to your friends as well. Like my Facebook page and my Twitter page as well for frequent updates on my videos. So I hope to see you all next time, guys. So, ciao.
Eliminate the objective. We got the bomb. Kill. We got the bomb. Kill. Kill. Escort the robot to the enemy base. Our robot has been rebooted. Escort the robot to the enemy base. Everything changes. Our robot has been rebooted. A hostile robot is on the move.